Hey family, welcome to our Monday Becomings. If you're new here, I am Baje.co and this is Next Up Divine on our Monday Becoming specials where we just speak about mindset shifting and growth and check in with each other. I know that it's been a while since I got on here, maybe like a week or two, but honestly, I realized that I cannot come up here and be my authentic self if I'm not taking the time to make sure that I reset and get my mind flowing and just get ready to converse with y'all and share. No need to try to pour from an empty cup. I rather make sure that I'm in a safe space, that I am open, I am soft, I am vulnerable with you guys. And so that's how I'm coming here today to you all. The topic that I want to discuss is learning to make space. And when I say make space, it means getting out of our old comfort zone, detaching from old versions of ourselves that we were, and literally making space so that opportunities and abundance can flow in your life. I don't know if society has programmed us to feel like we have to put up with a lot of things, or if our families taught us that we have to stay in situations that no longer serve us, or maybe religious aspects have told us that we have to respect certain things and respect certain people, trust thy neighbor, even if they're not respecting you in that same way. But at the point that I am in with my spiritual journey and my growth and my healing, I've learned to make space for new opportunities and new love and new beginnings to come in. And I learned that you don't really make space for those things when you're harboring things that don't align with you anymore, when you're operating out of a frequency that you've outgrown. And when I was growing up, the term detachment always had like this negative correlation to it. It always meant something negative, like, oh, detachment, you're breaking away from something, you're being far guarded, or you don't want to deal with anything, so you just detach. And now I'm learning detachment is actually acceptance of change. When you're able to detach from things that no longer serve you, you're welcoming change into your life. Because one thing we know for sure, change is always going to happen. Change is inevitable. There's always going to be something different coming into your life. There's always going to be something different leaving your life. And when you allow yourself to detach from things without forcing it in your life, without forcing yourself to move on, you just allow yourself to surrender to the process and say, hey, I trust whatever is going on. You're actually opening up to making space in your life. And I say that wholeheartedly, right? Because I've been speaking to people and I see them like rushing out of things, or they're rushing into things. I've been in the same space where I've rushed into a relationship, I've rushed out of a relationship, I've rushed work, I've rushed content. And I've noticed that in that rushing state, I don't get the reaction that I'm looking for. I don't get the engagement I'm looking for. I don't get the feeling of security within the actions that I'm taking or the steps that I'm taking. But I notice that when I surrender and I go with the flow and I allow things to flow the way that it's supposed to, it always works out. Like for real, it really does. So like I didn't rush making this video. One of the reasons I didn't rush doing my Monday becomings was because I noticed that I was in a season of purging and releasing things. I mean, we just came out of this full moon, also an eclipse. It was a blood moon in Virgo. And it was very, very cleansing, I would say. A lot of people were emotional, they were emotionally charged, a lot of things were surfacing. It was like the final release before the newness can come in. And in that new moon phase, in that healing phase, I realized how much space I had actually made in my life, right? Like when you allow things to just flow, I used to feel so taxed spiritually. Like my soul used to be so tired. I would literally wake up from having a night out and be like, oh, like I'm drained. I need to recharge. Y'all, I haven't felt like that in a long time. I've actually been like locked in. When I tell you locked in with myself, locked in with God, locked in with my spiritual team. And in that lock in season, I was able to realize that I did a lot of decluttering. I let go of a lot of people. I let go of a lot of things. I let go of the old version of me more than anything. And when I made space for a new me to come in, I started aligning with what really matters to me. Like my purpose in life. This is a passion for me. So again, I didn't make that video last week because I just felt it wasn't there, but I'm here and I'm openly saying like this is my calling, this is my purpose, my passion, getting up here and just teaching people about spiritual alignment, spiritual hygiene, healing yourself, making space so that new things can come towards you. And I had to sit with myself for a while and realize what negative things I had built up inside of myself. Not even negative, just old habits or old triggers that keeps me bound to an older version of me. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, the purge felt amazing. It felt amazing. Like I wake up every day happy. I wake up every day content for real, and not to even put a front on it, because it's people who probably knew an older version of me, and I will have days when I'm happy, days when I'm sad, but I'm not that anymore. And I noticed that with the flow, with the surrender, I had to really clear space of people or things that also hold me in a box, like that don't allow room for me to grow. It's okay. It's okay. Someone recently broke that down to me where they were saying, don't look at it like you lost someone. I don't look at anyone who's no longer in my life like it was a loss, because I have learned the lessons and I pray that they did too. I see it as an opportunity for growth on both sides, for me to grow and for them to grow. And sometimes that requires separation. Sometimes it requires endings. Like, you have contracts in this lifetime, and sometimes those contracts is played out. And when you start experiencing stagnation in places where you're supposed to have space for growth, it's usually because you have something in your life that you've outgrown. It's no longer meant to be there. And with that being said, I'm just noticing, like, surrendering to the process, surrendering to the flow, and allowing people to flow in and flow out the way they're supposed to has really helped me on this journey embody softness and embody my path, my purpose, like standing in who I am, standing in my truth. I can get up here and tell you guys, like, I've been through it emotionally. I've been through it in relationships in the past. But one thing I've learned now is the more that I set boundaries, the more that I clear out what doesn't align with me, the more that I open up my heart to new frequencies and new spaces and spiritual alignment with what I truly want in my life. I mean, like, to the point where I sat down a couple weeks ago and I wrote out some non-negotiables. Like, if you ain't checking off the top three, you out the door type of non-negotiables. And that's for my friendships and my relationships. That's for my family as well. Anyone who I share a heart-to-heart connection with, anyone that I share my life with, because I feel like once you're in my life, I give you that opportunity to experience all of me. If I have to only give half of me when I'm dealing with someone, I don't want to deal with that person. I want to be able to come up as Bajay, as my authentic self when I'm dealing with the people in my life. I don't want to have to fake it. If there's any misunderstandings, I take that as it's just misalignment. That's okay. That is okay. Like, we have to be okay with letting people flow in and out of our lives moving forward. Because why not? You don't want to be stuck and stagnant, so you might as well just let it flow. And I feel like that's where a lot of people are right now. Like, hey, if it's for me, it's going to be for me. It's going to reveal itself as that. And when it's not, I'm going to see straight through it. And I just want to say I'm proud of everybody for opening up to softness, opening up to growth, even for being on this channel right now and checking out what I have to say. It's important that you make space for your own growth and for your own elevation so that your path can follow, so that you can always be in alignment with your soul purpose in this world. So this is our Monday Becomings, of course. You catch me when you catch me. I decided I'm no longer like going to put myself in like, oh, it must be dropped and it gotta be. Nah, I want to be my true happy, soulful, joyous self when I come on here and talk to y'all. And I thank you guys for even spending this 10 minutes with me and having a conversation. I do mindset coaching. We are getting more into that. Y'all just stay tuned. Like, I've been behind the scenes working. I've been working, but when I do come drop everything, y'all gonna see it. So just catch us on Monday. Make sure you catch us on Thursday on our Tough Talk Thursday blogs. Actually, I just spoke about claiming sovereignty into your life, which is owning your divine power and being able to set strong boundaries and make sure that you weed out any negative energies or attack coming towards you. It's the same as when we spoke about spiritual hygiene the other day. So make sure you guys check that out. I am Bajay.co, and this is Next Up Divine. Y'all have a great week, okay? Bye.